Beware. Beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, your guardian of the First Amendment, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm on the warpath again today. I don't like, you know what, a couple things I don't like. I don't like killers. I don't like child molesters. I don't like rapists, and I don't like politicians, and not necessarily in that order. These no good son of a bitches. You see them on TV. You can't turn on one of these news channels until after November the 8th. And we all like politics. This great country of ours was built on a democracy, on politics. But I'll be damned. You know, if you got the hottest gal in town and she gives you sex every day and then every hour, that gets tiresome. Well, maybe not. Hell, that was a bad analogy, but you know what I mean. You turn on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, XYZ, FUC, I don't know, all these stations, and you get the same crap. The pandering, ignorant, stupid son of a bitches, on both sides of the aisle. Not just Democrats. There's some Republicans, but let me always preface this as I do when I talk about the plantation Negroes. They're not the proud blacks. The proud blacks are great people. It's the plantation Negroes that are no good son of a bitches, the one that sell out their race, sell out their people, sell out their country. And it's the same way with Democrats and Republicans. There's a great number of truly sincere, nice Democrats all throughout this county, all throughout this state, all throughout this country, as there is plenty of nice, sincere, decent Republicans throughout this county, this state, this country. But it's the organized crap that goes on. It's the same crap every day. The Democratic organization, the Republican organization can both kiss my white, hairy, stinky, wrinkled old ass, and I don't care. I'm tired. Hey, guys, my friends, don't tell me not say this. Don't say that. You shouldn't say this. I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to pander anybody. I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass to get a vote. Are you crazy? I'm not going to go to one town and say, I love this town more than any town. And then when I'm politicking in another town, I love this town. You know, I'm a lot of things. You've heard me. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not going to play that crap. And it's amazing how from Donald Trump to Bernie Sanders to Cruz to Clinton, they're all that way. And these people are going to run, or they want to run our country? Are they nuts? Are they nuts? No, we're the nutty sons of bitches because we don't take this crap serious. I see in a poll, 68% people identify this year in this election is independents. So say let's round it off to 70%. Hell, that's a good percentage. I hope all you people, and not just the independents, and I think that's probably skewed a little bit, because they're probably Democrats who sway towards being an independent, and there's a lot of Republicans who sway towards being a Republican independent, but they always have a little moniker. There's got to be a little bit of Democrat in there somewhere, or a little bit of Republican, and that's okay. That's okay, because you got to signify with one side or the other a little bit more than the other. You know, you can be from New York and you can like the Mets and like the Yankees, but you're going to like one of them a little bit better than the other. You know how that goes. But people are getting away from organized politics. I think a lot of people are getting away from organized religion. These organizations are good for the organizational people, for the leaders of the organization, but not for the masses. But you see Hillary Clinton, what a ignorant. I mean, she's yelling and screaming. And you get Donald Trump. Ain't much better. Hell, I don't know who would be a good candidate for president, but whoever it's going to be. I like Bernie Sanders just for the point, and I'm not a Democrat, not a Republican. I'm really not an independent. I'm more of a libertarian. I believe our government should be in the background until we need the government. I don't need the government running my life, telling me what to do, how to do it, how to dress, what I should do. If there's a law that says I can do something, I'm going to do it. If the law says I can't do it, I ain't going to do it. That's the way it should be. I don't need the government dictating to me. And the problem is, people, we've let it get this far because, well, I just told you, we let it get this far. Let's stop and think, people. We put these bastards in. We put these political parasitical punks that we call politicians in office. Now, let me distinguish again. I distinguish between the good and bad Democrats, the good and bad Republicans, the plantation Negroes, and the proud black community. Let me distinguish between all this. When I say there's good in everybody, there's bad in everybody, but we can't have this organization crap. Nobody has to tell me. Nobody has to tell you how we should vote. That's the most insulting thing in the world, for somebody to come up to you and say, what do you mean you're not voting for that guy? What do you mean you're a Democrat and you're going to cross over and vote Republican, or vice versa? You've heard me a million times. When are we going to understand that it's not what's behind your name, an R or a D or an I for independent? It's what's in your gut, what's in your mind, what's in your heart. It's what you're going to do, not what you say you are. Hell, I could say I'm Einstein. And sometimes I can't put two sentences together. I can say and tell you I am what I am. But that's not what I am until I produce what I say I can produce. And these politicians are the same way. These no good son of a bitches, these rotten bastards, son of a no count, good for nothing, lousy, lying bastards. Well, there you go, Bob. You're cussing again. Well, they make me. I don't want to cuss. I want to be nice. You can't be nice around these son of a bitches. You got to be an ass. You know, when you deal with asses, you got to act like an ass. And I've dealt with enough asses on both sides of the aisle for the last 50 years. So I can, I'm like a chameleon. I can go either way. I can be a nice guy, or I can be an asswipe. It's a lot easier being an asswipe, I got to tell you. Because when you're nice to these politicians, they're like sharks in the water. They smell that blood. They smell that weakness. And then that's when they come after you. We're going to have to change it, people. I think it's the perfect storm in 2016. I think you're going to see where people are going to come out of the woodwork. And I don't give a damn who you vote for, just vote. But I would ask, before you vote, research the candidates. Don't listen to what the candidates say. Research for yourself what they've done, their philosophy on politics. Don't just, hey, he's a Democrat, I'm going to vote for him. He's a Republican. That's the stupidest thing a person could ever do in their life. And you understand that. But these politicians, They're so concerned about winning an election. It's a money thing, but it's an ego thing with these ignorant bastards. They got to be somebody. Barrett-Civic's got to be the chief judge of the 20th Judicial Circuit. Barrett-Civic will make more money, people, if he loses the election. But like he's told people, what the hell am I going to do? Well, Barrett-Civic, I don't give a damn what you do. Just don't do it on our time. You sucked. I say you sucked the county dry for the last 35 years. About time for you to get out. And I got to say, a disclaimer, his opposition, Ron Dildo Dupert, he's not much better. He's not much better. The idiot. But you got a right. You got a right to vote for the idiot or the person you want. If you got two idiots running, then you got to vote for the lesser of the two idiots. But these people have to have a title. They have to be somebody. I think all three of the judges running, people, they're not running for retention. You know that story. They're afraid they couldn't get 60% because of the bad job they've done. But you've got Barrett-Civic. You've got Bob Hader. You got Bob Lachine. These guys all have enough time to retire. They can retire tomorrow and make the same amount of money and not do anything. Well, hell, they don't do much now. They're probably retired already. But think about it. Would you bust your ass on a job for 40 years and then they say, hey, you can have all the money, the same amount of money as if you were working? And what are you going to say? Hell no. Hell, I want to stay in this factory, get my hands burnt, get my legs broke. Hell no, I don't want to retire. Are you crazy? These bastards could retire. They've not done anything their whole life. All of them. Lachine tells people, hey, I want to die in office so my family can get the insurance. That's very admirable. If you have a family business, Lachine, not when you're at the taxpayer's trough. That's our business, not yours. Bob Hader, not a bad guy. I can't say he is. I know he'll probably get shunned now because I'm not cussing him out. I don't agree with his politics. I don't agree with him running the way he ran. But he is an honorable guy. But these guys, you understand. You got to get in their heads. This is a power trip for these ignorant son of a bitches. And I put all that crap out about Sprague and Kern and Barrett-Civic, and you ought to go to our Facebook. You'll see all the pictures. They're amazing. They'll make you laugh. They really will. But I always say, if you expose a political bastard, he gets mad. But he can fight through that. What they can't take and what I've done and I'll continue to do, even after the election. I don't give a damn about the election. I'm going to embarrass them in public because they are an embarrassment. They deserve to be embarrassed. You notice? They never respond to me. I get a response last night again. Do you think those people are going to come? Barrett-Civic and Kern said they wouldn't come if it was a funeral. They wouldn't show up. They're not going to show up to honor the military tomorrow night? I tried to be nice to them. You people heard me. I tried to be nice. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to be friends to be an American. We can have political differences, personal differences, but we can sit down at the table when we're recognizing our great military, our great country. But see, these son of a bitches don't give a damn about our country. They don't give a damn about our military. They give a damn about themselves. And if it wouldn't have been for this great country and our proud, brave military heroes, past, present, and future, these son of a bitches wouldn't be sitting where they're sitting. They don't give a damn. You people understand that. Who's going to go to their function tonight? I was called 3 times, people. Rather not have you at the affair to honor the military. This is Kern, but see, this is Kern's affair tonight. Kern's affair. Kern has invited everybody. Tomorrow night, it's the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition first annual patriotic salute to America and its military. There'll be 500 people at Fisher's tomorrow night. It'll be held from 6 to 10 You've never, and you will never see another presentation like is going to be putting on tomorrow night. You will never see it. It'll be a total patriotic salute to this great country. You don't have a ticket? Stop by and look in. It's going to be amazing. And it's not going to be about me. It's not going to be about the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. It's not going to be about any one person. It's going to be about all of us as Americans. They tell me, the three young brothers, I talked with Mayor Spicer from Freeburg, and we're going to honor all our military heroes. But he said that he thinks the young brothers, the three brothers who fought valiantly in World War II, that they're going to be our guests too. Everybody that's been in the military, that served the military, going to be our honored guest. Some are just going to be a little more honored than others. But we're asking everybody to wear patriotic attire, wear your Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine uniform if you can get your fat ass in it. But it's going to be a good time. And we're going to sit down and we're going to take the time to remember what a great country this is. And it really, nothing pisses me off more when somebody says to me, aren't you overdoing that patriotic theme? What asswipe idiot would say something like that? These politicians. See, they think it's a game. They think it's a I'm not shilling for any politician, but I'm respecting every military hero, men, women, black, white, Democrats and Republicans, because I sit here day in and day out, and you hear me, and I walk out of this place free. Maybe one of these days I'm not going to walk out. I'm sure somebody's going to do something to me, and I'm sure of that. I really am. That's going to stop me from living my life. Nobody's going to terrorize me. Nobody's going to tell me what to say, how to say it. That's what America was about years back. That's what America was about when our founding fathers found this great country. Think about it. Think about it. Only in America can we live like we live. And only in America can we live like we live. And then some of these ass-wipe, no-count, rotten bastards burn the flag. And then people, the police, and do their job. And they say, you got to let him go. You can't beat his ass. You can't put a bullet in his head. And that's what needs to be done to these bastards that hate our country. And I don't mean a political bullet. Burn the flag. Spit on military. March when there's a military funeral and say that they're all fags and they should be killed because they're military. That's at West Baptist Church in Kansas, you no good rottenins. You talk about religion. Spit on our brave military. Call them names. But you know, they get away with it. And I have to say, I hate these no good son of a bitches. But I have to also say, in this great country, what trumps everything is our freedom. And that's their freedom. But the ass-wipe rotten bastards ought to think about how they got their freedoms. They got their freedoms. The same people that they're criticizing for fighting and giving them their freedoms. What ass-wipe bastards. Hey, I love this great country. I just don't like some of the politicians that are trying to screw this great country up. Let's take care of our housekeeping. Lines are always open. You can call toll-free. We are America's voice of freedom. Definitely the Patriots. You can call toll-free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. Hey, we are the Patriot. Anybody got any patriotic stories you just want to say you love America, give us a call because we agree. And they've called me you asswipes that don't love America. And I'll call you no good son of a bitches. But I'll have to agree that you have the right. You have the right to hate the greatest country on this earth if you're that stupid. 2015, 2016, Student Appreciation and Donor Night. Come party with us. It's going to be held at the Scottish Rites Banquet upstairs on Monday, May the 9th. Doesn't have any other information. You can contact 235-9392. It's going to be students, donors, board members, friends of the center, parents, and staff. It says kids will be honored, donations thanked, share a meal together. That's going to be at the Scottish Rite Banquet Hall on Monday, May the 9th. Blood Drive, Shane Tojas, will be held Thursday, May the 5th, from 3 to 8 p.m. at St. James Catholic Parish and School, located at 412 West Washington in Millstadt, Illinois. Any questions or concerns, you can call 1-800-733-2767. Friends of the old Millstadt Water Tower, also in Millstadt. You guys, you got to help the people out in Millstadt keep that water tower. It's been there forever. They're trying to refurbish it. They need some donations. And if you'd like to get involved, if you'd like to participate, you can contact Keller Timmer at 618-520-3623. The New Athens Sportsman's Club having their meat shoot Saturday, this Saturday, April the 30th, from 11 a.m. to whenever. Food and drinks available. It'll be held at the New Athens Sportsman's Club in New Athens, Illinois. The Millstadt Senior Citizens Big Old Bag and Jewelry Sale this Friday, today and tomorrow, April the 29th and 30th. It'll be held at 102 South Jefferson Street in Millstadt, Illinois. Guys, get by there and try to help out a good cause. Also tonight, they're going to have a special wine and cheese party from 5 to 7 p.m. Free admissions and also free donations for the Meals on Wheels. Lunch at the Legion in O'Fallon, our good friends in O'Fallon, every Monday through Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. Try to help the cause out. And Wednesday night at the O'Fallon American Legion. Wednesday night dinner special every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. at the O'Fallon American Legion, 109 North Penn Street in O'Fallon, Illinois. The American Legion Post 1255 will have their 15th annual flag retirement ceremony on the post grounds Saturday, May the 21st at 2 p.m., located at 201 Eiler Road in Belleville. Retired Colonel James Pratt III will be the Master of Ceremonies. Also participating will be the Legion members, Lady Auxiliary, Sons of the Legion, Legion Riders, and Boy Scouts of America. If you've got a flag that you want to retire, if you want to get involved in their festivities, you can call 538-5445. Also, don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling for the best of all three of our stations. You can now hear me on my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. and also broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook, KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my page, Fans of the Grim Reaper of Radio, or Bob Romanik for State Representative. Cuss me out. Give me your concerns. Give me your thoughts. Give me anything you want. Give me hell. I'll take that. On this date, April the 29th, 1892, Charles Riley was baseball's first pinch hitter. On this date, April the 29th, 1913, the zipper was patented by inventor Gideon Sunback of Hoboken, New Jersey. On this date, April the 29th, 1945, Adolf Hitler married Eva Braun. The next day, they both committed suicide in Berlin. Great day in history. On this date, April the 29th, 1955, the first 3D TV show aired. On this date, April the 29th, 1970, American troops in Vietnam invaded Cambodia. On this date, April the 29th, 1974, President Nixon announced he was releasing edited transcripts of some of the secretly made White House tape recordings related to the Watergate scandal. See, corruption goes all the way to the top, people. On this date, April the 29th, 1980, Alfred Hitchcock died. On this date, April the 29th, 1990, wrecking cranes began tearing down the section of the Berlin Wall. On this date, April the 29th, 1995, the longest sausage was completed at 28.77 inches. Oh, no, 28.77 miles long, the longest sausage. Hey, Sweet Cakes, Kern, does that excite you? I'm just asking, buddy. You may like sausage, the longest sausage, if you know what I mean, and I kind of think you do. On this date, April the 29th, 2004, Oldsmobile built its final car after 107 years of production. That's what happened on this date, April the 29th, throughout all these years in our world's history. Don't forget the Buddy Bluegill Fishing Tournament presented by the Dupo Police Department. It's Dupo's Shop with the Cop. It's going to be held Saturday, May the 7th at the American Legion in Dupo, Illinois at 200 South 5th Street. There's entry fees. You can contact Mike Sullivan at 960-8724. And I want to salute the Dupo Police Department and all these police departments that get involved in community activities. These guys take deserving children, less fortunate children out to shop and get to know the children, and we sincerely appreciate that. I want to say thank you to Jerry Rosh, our good friend out in Mascoutah. Good morning, Bob. Today is another, in capital letters, Veterans Day, because without them, we wouldn't have the day to be free. Everyone should really think hard about it. Jerry Rosh, thank you very much for being a true American and a proud vet. Let's take a couple callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hello?
Hello.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Shaughnessy O'Toole. And I got a read problem, and I just wondering if you could help me possibly.
Go ahead.
Well, from time to time, I like to have a good old toot of good old Irish whiskey. Jameson's. And ever since you've been talking about this scoundrel, I can hardly bear to look at the stuff. I got a real problem.
Well, hey,
can you help me, buddy?
Yeah, I tell you what, you don't want to drink that rotten crap, that son of a bitch. You're talking about Doug Jameson. Can't you get you're a good old Irish guy, can't you get you something else?
Well, that's what I want to ask you, my friend. Have you been having any troubles with Jim Beam?
Hey, no, Jim's a pretty nice guy. Jim's a pretty nice guy, Jim. I think Jim Beam would be a good choice for you, buddy.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack's okay too.
Okay, I got one other one, but I got my doubts about it. George Dickel. Kentucky whiskey.
Yeah, George Dickel. I think that's more for Sweet Cakes Kern. Hey, Jim, thank you very much. You're a proud Irishman. You keep up the good Irish work, whatever the hell you Irish guys do, other than get in fights in taverns and drink some expensive whiskey. Hey, Jim, thanks for the call. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I'm reading something in the paper, and we're talking about why is Wounded Warriors ever needed. You know, those are the group of people that fight and try to give things back to our military heroes that were wounded in any of our wars. But I ask the same question. Why is there a Wounded Warriors Project? Doesn't our government, don't they have the responsibility to take care of our heroes, our fighters, our brave military men and women? They take care of everybody else. They take care of the son of a bitches or ragheads over in Iraq and Iran. They give everybody money that hates us throughout these foreign countries, but are going to let our people starve? Are they crazy? And then these veterans do without. And with me, it's an honor and a privilege to have her, Kim Reba. She's with the Wounded Veterans Project. Kim, how the hell you doing, honey?
I'm very good. You know, you're the most refreshing thing I've ever heard in my political life.
Did you just get out of jail?
No. But I want to tell all the Illinois voters, once in a blue moon, you'll get an honest politician. And, man, you're it. And I'm with you all the way.
Well, no, wait, Reba. No, wait a minute, honey. I'm not a politician, number one. And I am honest to a point. I mean, all of us got a little dishonesty in it, and I don't want you to build me up for something and I'm not, but I sincerely appreciate the comments. Go right ahead, sweetheart.
All right. Well, let me tell you what's going on over here. The city of O'Fallon is planning to develop O'Day Park, which is right behind my farm. They're planning on building a huge banquet center to the tune of $14 million. It's going to have a few other amenities with it. Okay, we want this 55 acres to go to the Wounded Warriors. This park it's got natural beauty, rolling terrain, where these people who gave up so much to ensure our freedom can come and heal the wounds of war. We want a minimum 5-acre fishing lake, wheelchair accessibility, fitness trails for these warriors and their service dogs, and a pavilion for picnics. That we would accept the clubhouse where these guys can meet, like if the weather was inclement. Now, $14 million to put in this clubhouse. We checked this out, not the clubhouse, rather the banquet. There's 30 banquet centers in this surrounding area. They have no need to have a banquet center out there. And we think around $5 million of the taxpayers' money, they could put in all this stuff for these wounded warriors. I'm getting great response from the Vietnam warriors on this, who want this park and want some recognition. Romanik Park is 495 acres down the road, 4 miles. It costs $9 million to build. So the question is, why does the city of O'Fallon have to have $14 million for 55 acres on a building? At the last meeting, their council members told us that this thing was slated to lose $300,000 in 5 years. So I can't understand who's getting the money on this.
Well, Reba, you know what happens a lot of times? They put these construction contracts out right close to the election time, and if you look at the people that do the construction work, they're the same people that donate to these ass-white bastards. How far has this went, Reba? Or is there anything we can do, anything the community can do to help facilitate your cause? And I'm not your cause, the American cause, to help our great military heroes.
Yeah, well, actually, I've had pretty good luck. We've got a petition out there that's gaining it's got hundreds of people already signing up, and that is woundedwarriorpark.com. They can go on and sign. It's going for a final vote. The city administrator has flat told us to take a flying hike. She is not going to do anything for these wounded warriors. Possibly, in 2 years, quote her, she might put in a fishing pond.
Yeah.
All right, we want you to call her. I will give you the number. And I have a councilwoman I think is okay. I've really been checking out these city council members. I think one of the problems is these guys, they go along with this. They don't do any research. I've got so much. If you'll allow me to come back on your program now and then, I'd like to tell everything I know about this.
Well, Kim, we'll be more than happy to. Now, how do they contact you? How do they contact your website to get involved? Because that's with me. Anything to do with the military that we can help facilitate, we're there. So how can they call you personally? How can they get a hold of you? Who can they call to express their concerns to the political arm of O'Fallon, Missouri?
Right. It's 636-561-4384. Okay. What other number did you like? Oh, the website is woundedwarriorpark.com. Go on there and sign that petition. I think call the simple thing for everybody, because it has to be simple, especially for me. Call the mayor of O'Fallon, 636-379-5500. Tell them we don't want a banquet center, that we want this thing far. And it's not just the Wounded Warriors, Bob. It's anybody with disability.
Right.
I personally know one of these kids who's got his legs blowed off, and he said at these other disability fishing lakes, he can't even, they only give him a little area. He said he can't even get into it. There's so many people there. With a 5-acre fishing lake that is completely wheelchair accessible, oh my God, think of the good we could do. Think of the people that are suffering mentally, how they could come out. This is such a rural park.
Yeah.
It's so nature back there. It's just gorgeous.
Well,
and then, go ahead.
I was going to say, Kim, thank you very much. We'll keep in touch. You keep calling us, and we appreciate. I want to salute you for fighting a great cause for great people, and I just wish more people would understand how this great country was built, how it was farmed, and who's kept it safe all these years. So, Kim Riva, thank you very much for the Wounded Warrior.
One other thing.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Please, you Illinois voters, start watching who you're voting for. That's the most important thing that you can do to stop all this corruption. When I got stuck on the phone, I was trying to get on with you a couple of days ago, and I got stuck for an hour listening to you. I didn't even know who you were. And I thought, who is this guy?
But no, what did you say, Kim? Who's this crazy son of a bitch? Don't lie.
I'm telling you what, I've dealt with politicians all my life. I thought, here's an honest guy. What's wrong with these Illinois voters? Send this man into the state as a state rep to find out what they're doing up there. That's what we did with Joe Bransel. We sent him into the county council to find out what these crooks were doing. These people have such a... Oh, my gosh, I sure hope they listen to me on putting you in up there.
Well, Kim, Thank you very much, sweetheart. And again, a salute to you for such a fight, such a great fight for a great cause. You keep in touch, and we'll keep in touch. Kim Reba, thank you very much, honey.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye now. See, and I guess, I don't know if she had a family member in the service, but isn't it great to hear somebody that just wants to fight for a right cause, wants to fight that has nothing in it but self-satisfaction to gain? That's the kind of people we need in Washington, the kind of people we need in Springfield, the kind of people we need all throughout our political setting. We don't need these rotten bastards, son of a bitch, and no-count political parasitical punks that we call politicians. We need some decent people, and we're all decent at some point. But it appears when these politicians become politicians, they go to the real dark side. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Don't have much time left. A few things I want to touch on. This NGA, the spy agency, and it says right in the paper, it was revealed that the independent study of the security showed North St. Louis could be a terrorist playground. The St. Clair County site next to Scott would be a traditional choice with a secured perimeter, secured infrastructure, and plenty of space as a buffer for a possible car bombing. How true? How true is all that? But people, I'm telling you, just like the airport with all the corruption, the $500 million these bastards have cost you, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a urinal Sprague, and don't forget Chief Judge John Red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle Bear Civic. The government's not coming here because of the corruption. The corruption's trumped everything. It's Trump the crime, the bad area in St. Louis. They do not want to deal with the political corruption that's been going on in St. Clair County for 50 years. And because of that, people, we're going to lose $5, $6, $7 billion in residual financial help in the next 15, 20 years. We've already lost $500 million on that debacled airport. And don't think the people in Washington, D.C., the people in Springfield, don't think they don't understand about the political corruption with the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee. You know, the organized Democrats that want everybody to be Democrats. Hey, Sprague, you've lost the last 2 or 3 elections. You guys are going down politically, of course. They're tired of your crap. So when anybody says, why didn't we get the spy agency? Why didn't we get the $1.7 billion development? Why we didn't get the other $4 or $5 billion that we would have in residual effect? Why? I'll tell you why. Because of the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. That is why. They can tell you whatever they want. Just like the airport. Just like the airport. It was bad, and it's going to get worse. Speaking of bad, let's go to the opposite side of the spectrum. Let's go to the good side of the spectrum. With me now on the telephone is a great friend of ours, state representative out of the 108th District, out of Oakville, Illinois, Mr. Charlie Meyer. Charlie, how the heck you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm doing good, Bob. I'm calling you from standing out here next to a wheat field of mine right now, and wanted to call in earlier, and I just kind of got sidetracked. I always have problems that pop up and have to do things. But, you know, Bob, I just wanted to call in and wish one of my constituents and one of your good friend's sons really good luck this weekend. Adam Feeney is possibly being drafted this weekend in the NFL draft, and his parents are the owners of Feeney's Tavern, and he's a good kid, a 6'7" tight end that's 255 pounds, and I want to wish him all the luck as the NFL draft goes on.
Hey, Charlie, that's Feeney's Tavern. We were out there in Damiansville. What great people. Where did his son play college football at, Charlie?
He played down at Carbondale.
Wait, he played at Carbondale and he's getting drafted? He must be a hell of a good ball player because they don't get much exposure in the national scene.
No, they don't. He's had a lot of teams looking at him, and we just want to wish him the best.
And what's his name again, Charlie?
Adam Feeney.
Adam Feeney, and his parents are who?
Our Sid and Dave Feeney.
Sid and Dave. And you were telling me they're going to have a draft watch party out there.
They're having a party. They said they're having a draft party tomorrow at the tavern, and it's always a good time when you're at Feeney's. Good food, good people, and good conversation.
Charlie, we got a couple more minutes, and we'll make sure, and we all wish the Feeney family the best because they are great people. What's going on in your political world, Charlie? You got a few minutes?
Oh, it's we were off this week, but it seems like I've been busy doing political things all week. Last week was typical Madigan politics. We moved a bill to help our colleges. We moved it without Mike Madigan, with Democratic and Republican support. And when it was time to move it through the House after we had brokered the deal, he come unglued because we did not do it his way. And he went back to fund Chicago University at 100% and take the money away from all of our universities down here. They only graduate about 1% of their students. Their professors are the highest pensioned people in the state of Illinois, and he wanted to fund them at 100% and fund ours at a lot less. And when at the end of the day, we got a deal. It's not the deal we'd love to have had, but there's a lot of his Democrat colleagues that aren't happy with him either, and it's kind of good to see fighting on the floor.
You know, Charlie, I hope you keep up the good fight in Springfield for the good people of the Southern District of Illinois. But let me tell you, Charlie, don't you kind of think that partisan politics is moving to the outside and people working together to getting something done is independent? I know you're a staunch Republican, but you're an independent Republican because you're not going to vote party lines if it's not something to help your people in the 108th District, are you?
No, we're out to try to work. I would hope, there are groups working to try to come up with a budget that will not be a Madigan or a Rounder budget, but a budget that will be what we need for the state of Illinois. So, we are always working and trying to do whatever we can.
Well, Charlie Meyer, thank you very much. The people of the 108th District out of Oakville ought to be proud to have you, because I know you go to Springfield. Some people don't like you in Springfield because you're fighting the fight for your people in Southern Illinois. You keep up the good fight, Charlie. And again, the Feeney's first name, the gentleman that's going to be drafted.
Adam Feeney, and I sure hope he is. And wherever he goes will be my new team that I'm going to support. Because I don't have the Rams support anymore. That will be my new team.
Well, hell, hopefully get him up in Chicago. Of course, Chicago has so much. Let's Charlie, let's fight to bring a professional team to Southern Illinois. What do you think?
I think we've got a wonderful ground on the east side of the river, and we ought to be able to bring a St. Louis team and have here.
Hey, Charlie Meyer, thank you very much. You have a safe week. Mr. Charlie Meyer, state representative out of the 108th District out of Oakville, a great guy, a great American, and a great friend. Charlie Meyer, thank you very much, buddy.
Thanks, bye.
Adam Feeney. I was out at Damiansville Tavern, and those people at Feeney's, the nicest people in the world. The people in Clinton and Washington County, they don't play politics like we play here. They understand. They understand you have to take care of the people. Here in St. Clair County, the politicians don't give a damn about us. The people in these smaller outer counties really try to do for everybody. They're not really party politicians. They take care of themselves. They take care of their community. They take care of their constituents. And at the end of the day, that's what we all need to do as public servants. That's what we all need to do as Americans. So everybody, have a good weekend. The people that have secured tickets for the first annual St. Clair County Freedom Coalition patriotic, and I mean patriotic, salute to America will be held tomorrow night at Fisher's from 6 to 10 p.m. We're going to honor our brave military heroes, military music, the best food. Fisher's has the best food around. There's going to be over 500 people there, going to have bagpipes, color guards. So the people have secured tickets. Thank you very much for your support, and we'll see everybody out there. Patriotic attire is appreciated, not mandatory. Casual dress. We're going to have a great time, and anytime that we honor and salute America, it's a great time. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Everybody, friend and foe, have a safe weekend. Take care of your family, take care of your friends, take care of your country, because you never know when you may never be able to do it tomorrow or the next day. Take what you have, run with it, work with it, respect and like, and remember that without our brave military heroes, without this great country of ours, everything that we partake in this weekend might not be available. It's not available in other countries. So at some point, let's put this politics aside. Let's join as one. Not as Democrats, not as Republicans, not as men, women, black or white. Let's join as one. And united, we can make this country great. Divided, as always, we will fall. So let's continue to expose these political parasitical punks. Let's put in public servants, people are going to do for everyone, not just for their organization, their political corrupt organization. And we'll continue to expose these rotten scumbag, cockroach-sucking, no-good-for-nothing bastards. And when it's all said and done, put the icing on the cake and destroy these parasitical punks, these greasy bastards, these low-life scumbag, bottom-feeding bastards. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha ha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, ha ha, to the funny farm where